Sus300, welcome to week 3. Now, I apologize. We had a summative for you, and it was really a lot of fun. Narrated presentation, but due to circumstances, our source that we were using is, well, as some of you may know, kind of on the fritz. So, to put it mildly. So, we have put together a different summative for you. It is still a narrated presentation, which means audio and visual, audio/visual. Highly recommend the video because it is an important skill for you to use. In the professional world, you have teleconferences, you have remote meetings with team members that are spread out. So becoming comfortable and talking to a camera and being able to talk in front, I mean, heck, your interview for the job is probably going to be through some form of Zoom or Teams meeting, okay? There are very few in-person interviews these days. So being comfortable talking to your computer is a valuable skill. Practice it here, okay? That way you worry about things less once you get into the real world. Now, this week's summative that we've put together for you, it is very similar. It is still about materials and management and the environment. Okay, so read that scenario. Okay, how you talk about a topic depends on who you're talking to. So in this case, you're not aiming this at environmental scientists, you're not aiming this at lawyers, you're aiming this at business folks. Read that scenario carefully. That's how your language is going to be, how you're going to speak. Okay, now it is a PowerPoint presentation, so you do have to make a PowerPoint. We have provided you with a link. It is an archival EPA link. It is about food waste, okay? And from various sectors in the economy, and how, in general, those sectors deal with their food wastes, okay? So it's still about materials. I mean, food requires materials. Food is also a material at the end. And then, again, circular economy, as you saw last week, how we deal with our excess, how we deal with the production, okay? That's where you're going with this one. So this is about the back end of things, a little bit more on the back end of things. So how we're dealing with the wastes from our food, okay? So we've provided you an archival link. I've provided the link as well as the actual document. So down below this, you will see, once you go into the assignment, so I'm going to post this twice. One's going to be an announcement, once is going to be inside the assessment. So below here are basically 3 things. There is an instruction link to a Microsoft Word document. Open that. That guides you through it. Okay, it says click here for instructions. Click here. All right. Next up, down below that is the primary source. That is your archival link from the EPA regarding food waste. Okay, about 6 years old right now. It's from 2019, so it's good. It's still pretty pertinent. Okay. Then down below that is, if the link doesn't work, the actual document is just attached, so you can click on that and download it. Okay. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to pick one sector, read the intro part. In the instructions it says follow those instructions in detail. Okay. Read through the intro. It's pretty short, and then you're going to pick one of those sectors, and then follow its food waste pattern. Okay, and that's the section 4 that you're reading. Okay. Use the graphics in there. Take screenshots of those graphics because those need to be in your PowerPoint, okay, when you're talking about your sector. All right. Also, you are going to need 3 additional resources, okay, library resources. There is an option here to use AI, like OpenAI's, ChatGPT, Google's. Use a solid AI, okay, to help you. So instead of 3 like library sources, you would have 2 library sources, and then you can use AI to help you learn about your sector and the environmental impacts of your sector and food waste, okay? So you can use AI as a reference here. If you choose to do so, it's labeled optional at the end, okay? If you choose to do so, just copy paste what the AI gives to you and put it into an appendix after your slide for your references. Okay, now, a PowerPoint presentation. This part's important. A PowerPoint presentation, a narrated PowerPoint, when you're giving a PowerPoint, you do not write out full sentences. Never, ever, ever, ever have full sentences, okay? Never, ever have paragraphs. For the love of all the gods that are, never have paragraphs, okay? What people will do is they will start reading, and they're going to ignore you. You can give them guaranteed insider info on tomorrow's lotto number, and everybody's going to lose because nobody's paying attention to you. They're reading what you wrote. You don't want that. PowerPoints are story time for adults, okay? So you're telling a story. Guide us through it. Know your audience. Remember, that's part of the scenario. You're telling a story. The PowerPoint is showing the pictures, okay? Show us pertinent imagery. So 3 to 4 bullets on your slide, short stubs, fragments of sentences, okay? That's a PowerPoint presentation. That's a properly done PowerPoint presentation, okay? So please practice that, all right? Again, your mileage may vary in the professional world because there are a lot of poorly made PowerPoints, and people who should know better make really junk PowerPoints, okay? Like roaring dumpster fires of PowerPoints. Don't be that person. Be better, okay? You're the storyteller. Up here are images. And when you have a graphic, say, on this table, you can see X, Y, Z. On this pie chart, you can see this color is big and it means this. Guide us through it, because there's going to be audience members that don't see you, that can't see that. They're like, it's a bunch of colors up there, and they're going to tune out and grab their phone. So, guide us through what's there. Don't imagine that your audience can read the PowerPoint at all, because again, if you're in a bigger room or on a small screen, they're not going to be able to read it. Guide us through it. Okay? That's the really quick part of the PowerPoint. On average, it's about 30 seconds to a minute per slide. Okay? So you're going for about a 12-minute, because it's a 15 to 20 slide PowerPoint. You're going for about a 12 to 15-minute presentation. Do not go more than 15 minutes. Okay? If you go way under, you need more details. All right? So remember that. This is a good chance to practice. All right? I'm the only one that can see these. I'm the only one that's going to read that's going to hear you. So relax. Okay? This is your chance to practice in a safe environment, because out here in the real world, it becomes a lot more hectic. Okay? When you're giving these, you're going to be nervous. You want to be nervous about you want to be making sure that your content is right, not about the mechanics. This is your chance to practice the mechanics. And of course, address all the details that we're wanting you to. Let me know what questions you have, and I appreciate your patience with this. Thanks for being here. All right, you guys have this. Truly, this is a lot of fun. It really is. Okay? Thanks again. Cheers, everybody.